park their cars. Don't have R's in Boston. That is the way it's pronounced. It's got the rocky steps. Some people aren't cunts like me. Well, it ain't fucking warm, is it? Sorry if you can't see anything, guys, but neither can I, so, you know, safe. So yeah, fucking sun's come out again, hasn't it? Which is nice, because it's been shit weather for weeks. And thought I'd take the chance, while it's Christmas holidays and all that, you know, Boxing Day, day off work, to come out and give the bike a little blast. I did actually come out a few days ago and have a little run, but that was a bit of a nightmare. Got the bike out, wheeled it out of the garage, and I turned back round and noticed there's like bright red, like my bike was bleeding all over the floor, and I was like, oh shit, what's this? So immediately I thought, oh fucking hell, like transmission fluid or brake fluid or something like that. I wasn't sure what colour the brake fluid would be. So I was like, shit, I kind of went back to the bike to try and find out where it's coming from. And all I could see was like a little pool of red on the right hand side above the, above where like the gearbox and all that is. Just sitting on top of the gearbox. I thought, that's a bit weird, like it's obviously not, I'm pretty confident it's not been coming from the gearbox, because I don't know why it would like squeeze itself out of the top when it hasn't been used, and it's just been sat on its side in the garage. So I couldn't quite work out where it was coming from, or whether it was like important or something. I worked out it wasn't the brake fluid, because that was a different colour, so that was good. No fucked up brake lines or anything. So I was like, I couldn't work out what it was, where it's coming from, so I turned to my brethren at the Sportster Sickness UK Facebook page, and literally I took a couple of pictures, put up, I said, didn't know what this was, help me out, and I'm not joking, within about 2 minutes I must have had 3 or 4 responses straight away, all helping out, like couple of people saying that they thought it might have been the throttle cable lube, and then quite a few people saying that it was probably the air filter oil that they use, because I've just had it serviced as well, and they thought it was the air filter oil, which I kind of had a look, and the air filter was like bright red at the bottom and had like a little drip coming from it, so I kind of worked out that it probably was that. So yeah, sorry I haven't delivered you a vlog in a little while, but you know, the weather has been shit, and I've been like busy in that, and Christmas, and then I've been on holiday as well, which was good. Spent a couple of weeks in the US of A, post-election, or didn't really see any problems at all, to be honest. Nothing. I was expecting riots everywhere. I think maybe I went just a little bit too late after the election, so like you had election, riots, and then I went during the whole like realisation that Donald Trump was their president period. But it was good, you know. Started off in Boston, flew into Boston, and spent a few days there seeing the sights, which was cool. I enjoyed Boston, it was nice. Went to Harvard, where they're all wicked smart, and had some clam chowder. And obviously they don't have cars in Boston either, they have cars. And they don't park them, they park their cars, because they don't have R's in Boston. But yeah, it was good, enjoyed it very much, nice place, recommend going there. Then we travelled down by car to Philadelphia, which was an interesting little drive. Wouldn't necessarily recommend that one unless you're like desperate to drive through like bits of New York and Connecticut. Why do they say that wrong? It's one of those place names. It's got a C in it. It's Connecticut, but they just say Connecticut, which is just missing out one of the words, one of the letters. Sorry, but it's the same here though. I've recently had not an argument, but like I get quite heated about this kind of stupid stuff, but no one else seems to care. Plaisto. Plaisto is Plaisto, like plane, or not like an aeroplane, like, you know, plane as in Plain, plane. Like I couldn't think of a single other word that has AI in that way where people pronounce it instead of a. It's Plaisto. It's not fucking Plasto. Let's just draw that line there. There is no argument. That is the way it's pronounced. I don't give a fuck what you say. So yeah, after Boston we drove down to Philadelphia. Like I say, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that, but go to, like, I'm not saying don't go to, well, take it or leave it, Philadelphia, but just don't drive between the two places, because that was not the best drive. And Philadelphia, yeah, I mean, it's got the Liberty Bell, and it's got the Rocky Steps and a statue of the man himself. That's pretty much all I've got to say about Philadelphia. It was alright. Wouldn't spend too much time there, a couple of days maybe. And then from there we jumped on a train down to Washington DC, which again I love DC. Recommend that definitely. With Boston was nice, DC was nice. Yeah, plenty of stuff to see. Basically the only thing I was going for is so that I could see the you know, the scene from Forrest Gump where he stood in front of the Lincoln Memorial and like looking down to the Washington through the pool and that, and he's giving that, it's that like peace rally, isn't it? Protest rally, whatever. And he's yanked up on stage to give that speech, and when he's up there, Jenny comes running through the water and the crowd goes silent and she's just yelling Forrest, and he yells Jenny. Yeah, that's basically all I went there for. And then the White House is just, you know, a nice little addition. The Capitol building, Capitol with an O, because, you know, it's like YOLO, isn't it? YOLO, you only live once, so spell capital with an O. Yay! Yeah, and then after DC we flew down to Florida for a few days for a bit of sunshine, because, you know, it's cold in those other places too far north. And then I got home and I was back for a couple of days at work, and then off. Oh well, I mean, I was off a few days before Christmas, which was nice, and then we're off until the 3rd of January. Oh, lovely. Nice week and a bit off. Stop. And yeah, bit of time with family, bit of time on the bike, bit of time opening presents and playing with them. My girlfriend last year, she got me a build-your-own V-twin engine that's like made out of clear plastic, and it's got like a little electric motor that runs it. This year she got me an inline-4 engine, like by the same like brand, and then I'll probably have that up in the office running on my desk, I'll just sit there watching it when I like can't be asked to do anything. Also, while I was out in America, I took a few spam cards with me, because it seems to be the thing to do these days, you know, if you want people to like find your YouTube channel. You got to spam them, right? You got to go and throw cards in their faces, like all the cool kids do. So I took a few spam cards with me, and I saw a few cool bikes out there. So if you have subscribed to my channel via a spam card that I left on your bike in America, then send me a comment. That'd be cool. I'll be interested to know what my hit rate was. I know I only put out about 5 or 10 or so, not many. So even if I get one subscriber from that, I'll be quite impressed. Because I know if I found some piece of shit paper on my bike, I'd probably just throw it on the floor and ride off. But you never know. Some people aren't cunts like me. Oh, it's been ages. It's been actually ages. I know. I'm sorry. It's been ages since I sent you guys a vlog. But I haven't really been out on the bike that much, because it's just been like life gets in the way, and work, like riding to work in the cold. Fuck that. I've got heated seats in my car. Well, not in the cold's fine. If it's like this, fine, not a problem. But in the pissing rain, nah. If that means I'm not a real biker, I don't care, because it's not really fun for me to ride in the pissing rain to work, where I've then got to sit at my desk for 8 hours and then ride home again in it afterwards. I do this for fun. I don't need to be out on the bike riding to work. So if I don't want to, then I don't. But I ride through the winter. I ride in the cold. I haven't got a problem with that. It's just the piss and rain that I don't like. It is honestly so good to be out on the bike. I miss this. Or I have missed this. God's sake, you fucking numpty. What have you even fucking looked for there? What a prick. Because it's 30, not 15. I want to go through traffic lights like this. So yeah, Christmas, what is it, Boxing Day today, Christmas Day yesterday. So, hope you all had a good Christmas. This obviously will be going out after Christmas, but hopefully it'll be out before the new year, so have a fantastic new year, everyone, and I'll see you in 2017.